what do I say, mate? What a journey it's been from then. But what a journey it was from, from that gym fight to there. Unbelievable when the call came and, you want to fight at Wembley for the BKFC. What do you think I said?
When you finished that fight though in the gym, the bare knuckle fight you had, when it was all over and you seen the attention and that you're getting, the day after did you realise that you were going to pursue and doing bare knuckle, or was it like a few weeks after or something?
Probably more like a week or so, because I was still off my nut for 3 or 4 days after that fight. I can't remember a great deal of what happened and where I went and that. But it was good crack when I got home. Everyone was just buzzing. The whole town was buzzing. And didn't even like them anyways. So It was just decent. It was a good bit of crack. I got a good reception. Went on a mad bender. Got myself sorted out. Excuse me. And it took a few weeks, really. I was on the process of trying to sort myself out anyways. And I ended up going down to fellowship and getting myself clean, getting myself my first stint of clean time and started getting myself into recovery and sorting myself out. And then the phone call came to fight at Wembley. So it all just kind of worked out perfectly.
Were you buzzing after that fight? Once it was over and you were out the ring and it was over and that on the way home, were you buzzing?
The Wembley fight?
No, the fight you had in the gym.
Oh yeah, was I straight in the year? Because obviously a lot of the bits of chewing that you have, you don't have cameras and you don't have that much attention, and it's just like something done off the batting that you're meeting someone in the morning or whatever it is.
It's already cracked. People think it could be full of shite. What are you telling them? Isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. And half it's just a couple of lads there, and nine times out of 10 there's no cameras and out there anyway, is there? So
you two boxed each other in the amateurs, but you didn't click on it was Danny until the Wembley fight, did you? But did you watch the fight you had in the gym?
I've seen the fight 5 or 6 times.
You didn't click on it?
I watched his fight. I was like, what a fight, you know what I mean? I watched it loads of times, you know what I mean? And when it was me pal who clicked on and said, and he said, ever seen that fight? I went, yeah, well, I fucking fell off a fight, that, innit? You know what I mean? He was like, that's what he said to me, you boxed him. I was like, that fucking, I'm like, look closer. Zoomed out, I thought, fuck it, I did, you know what I mean? But I didn't have a clue. I'd seen the fight, like I said, 5 or 6 times. I didn't realise it was him.
What was your thoughts when Foxy got in touch with you?
Oh, I was buzzing.
Did you realise straight away who it was?
Yeah, I was buzzing, of course, as soon as well, I'd followed him a little bit when he was a pro. I was off my nut. But I'd followed him, kept an eye on him, and I remember watching little bits of interviews, and the North East was sort of getting behind him. They do that, don't they? They support all the fighters, and it was like a bit of a buzz about when he was fighting for the English title, and remember the Scott Cardle fight. I remember watching a few bits, and I obviously remembered him and knew who he was, and thought, to be honest, it never even crossed my mind that we would ever meet again. I just didn't think of it, never thought of it.
Madness. And then obviously you had your debut, didn't you, Crystal Palace?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
What was your thought about going into the BKFC, like, and the whole setup and everything?
Oh, I wasn't expecting it to be how it was, to be honest with you. But, obviously, with what Danny done, and just I was like I was your sparring partner for that fight in Newcastle, wasn't I?
That's right, the Darren
Club, right. Sparred once a week, even twice a week at one point, didn't we?
Yeah.
Done loads of rounds.
Mm-hmm. On your debut times, like both of you, were you living a wild, crazy life at them points? Or were you totally...
I had straightened out, but I had a couple of blips, like, a couple of weekends here and there.
Yeah.
And then after the fight, obviously, back to it again, but, like, it's only really been recently when I've fully straightened out, like, you know what I mean?
What about you, Danny?
No, I was sound. I was on the straight and narrow. I done 14-month clean time, and in that time I had my first 3 fights for the BKFC, so I beat Anthony Holmes, and I was still clean. And then I got chinned off Jared Warren and treated myself to a little bender.
What was your thoughts on the talent when the BKFC first come to the UK?
Like I said, I wasn't, and it was just with Danny's fight where I'd gone into. I didn't even know about the full card. Was it BKFC 27? Or? Yeah. I didn't know about that card before it was happening. I was after the show, and, like when I watched some clips back and stuff. I didn't watch the full show. I didn't even know it was on. Do you know what I mean? I wasn't following it or nothing at the time. But when I got down to see how much of a big, good setup it was, like with the weigh-ins and like all the American ring announcers and that, I was like, fucking hell, this is the real deal, this, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's mental, like, because you look at the beginning when the BKFC started, because they were getting, like, don't mean to sound like disrespectful to some of the lads, but they were getting, like, journeyman boxers in to, the lads who fight every weekend for a living.
Yeah.
They were getting them in, like, a full positions and that, but it's totally changed now, hasn't it?
But you needed them. Them people are, like, essential for for the game getting off the ground. Because until then, people were doing it. Until people actually seen other people doing it, you wouldn't have got the good lads coming in, the talent coming in. Like, got to remember that first, nobody wanted to do this.
Yeah.
And there's still all them good lads out there, good pros, loads of good fighters up and down the country and all around the world. No one have now to do with bare knuckle, mate.
What do you think that is? Or do you think that's just down to the cuts and stuff?
Some fighters could be the best of boxers and they're just not cut out for bare knuckle. I mean, there's some lads who've good boxers and won all sorts, but they're useless on the street. Do you know what I mean? It's just one of them. It's a different game completely.
Obviously, you're both boxers. Would you say that it's totally different to boxing?
Very, very different. I think when you got the gloves on, there's that much different things you can do to get out the way, to skive, to spoil, to get the rounds in and that. And I think you're just usually the fittest, sharpest, strongest man. Like that's usually your winner. Like the most athletic, the most able fighter, that's usually a winner. Never really that way in bare knuckle, you know what I mean? It's usually the first one that lands the first couple of good digs, but the one who can take the punishment and keep coming through.
Heart's big and
Heart big, yeah. Heart, chin, chin.
Yeah, I think that's the best attribute, heart. If you can keep getting up and keep fighting through broken noses and blood in both eyes and that, they're the ones that's going to win. Who
would you say out of the UK scene's got the biggest heart, like the roughest mush in the front of the youth?
I would say Gary Fox.
Other than yourselves?
Nah.
Me. No, listen,
there's some fucking good fighters.
There's some really good fighters.
Coming there now. But you know, in the beginning, like, you know, the first couple of shows, whoever I was there to support, like, say, Danny or whatever, like, that'd be the only fight I was interested in because the other fighters didn't really know them. You know, so, but now the shows, when matches get made, I'm like, fucking hell, like, he's fighting him, like, because I know they're both games, how they fight. Now we know the full roster. You see what fights are going to make good fights. And now the full card, you're like, you can't wait for every fight, you get what I mean? Where before, it was just two lads having a fight where you wanted two first of all, do you know what I mean? In millions of fights.
It's getting more established now, and all the backstories are coming through. You're getting to know each fighter differently, aren't you? Instead of them just being a random nobody.
Yeah.
Because like, you can give it the big one, but you've got to, like, you've got to prove it in there. It's all right giving it the big one, but when you know these lads are both, they generally are game as fucking it, and they can fight. And then they're giving it the big one, not just giving it the big one like in the boxing. Sometimes you get one giving it the big one, but they don't really do fuck all. So when you try and jab and move and all that, where it's like, you can't do that in this. You've got to just, it's a proper scrap, isn't it?
Yeah, and it just shows like David Oscar. Like he doesn't look technically great, does he, David Oscar? But he's just one of the like fuck me, mate. Yeah. What an hard man he is.
Oh, he's hard fucking it. I remember that spar we had.
Me. Oh, yeah, tell us a bit about that. We just went down to see David Oscar.
We thought there was going to be a gym full of lads, didn't we?
Yeah.
So I thought it was going to be. So we travelled down a couple of hours, met him there. You were just finishing, weren't you?
I just finished. Yeah, I had 5 rounds with him, five full rounds, and he can hit. You know what I mean? And well, we're planning on going down there, mixing it with a few middleweights and a few people maybe our own weight. There was only him there. It was the only one there in the spar. So 5 with me, 5 with him.
Yeah, fucking swear down, man. But the first round went out, and obviously his sound, you know what I mean, went out, and I caught him a bit, and that was it. I sort of like. It's just a switch button, that was it. Fucking hell, I was like, he was trying to kill me, you know. Bang. I remember just like fucking going with it, but I was going, and he hit me with one shot, man, on top of the head or something. I feel like, you know, like being in a car crash. Fucking hell, it was like, and that was it. The next round, it was back to it again. I was like, this man's trying to kill me here. Don't get me wrong, after the spar, there wasn't like no like thing in it, you know, like it wasn't like it was and then but he messaged me after saying you fucking hit very hard, you know what I mean? Like hit harder than some heavyweights or whatever. Yeah. But I just caught him, but it's like one of them things where it does look like he is there to be hit, but sometimes hitting him is not a good thing. It sets that trigger. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's
a lovely geek as well. And he's opposite in the ring to what he is out the ring.
Listen, there's only 1 or 2 people who I won't mention who I've got no time for. Everybody else is sound as a pound, aren't they? They've all got their own story. Yeah. They're all fighting for their own reasons. They're all doing it for the right reasons. You know what I mean? Because they've got balls and they love to fight.
Yeah.
And I just.
You know what they go through. You know how it is.
Exactly. Because you've got that identification yourself. You know what to put themselves through and that. And
there's a certain few fighters like who are in there. And they're doing it for the reason, like the same reason we are. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. They're not like just trying to earn a few quid or just like, you know, like thinking, I like this better than boxing. Like they're doing it because it's like a last chance saloon night, as in like to pull their lives back together. Do you know what I mean? And they've been through hell. Do you know what I mean? And they show it when they're in the ring. Do you know what I mean? They leave it in there. Do you know?
Yeah.
You see some boxing fights where they finish and they look like like they've got more rounds in. They don't leave it all in the ring. Where these fights, man, when two fights, especially if they have 5 hard rounds, man, you've got to respect the.
You look like you've been trained, don't you? Yeah. 5 hard rounds in bare knuckle, mate.
Yeah, and going on to what you were just saying there, obviously after you finished the pros, you'd obviously thought that you were going to be done with fighting, didn't you? But you talking on me on the phone the other day, and you were like, "I feel like I'm in the prime now. I feel like I'm at the peak of my career."
Yeah, it's mad. Like, I never really took it as serious. I did for camps. Don't get me wrong. I'd have like say 12 weeks living clean and thinking I was the best I would ever felt at the time. But knowing when you keep that going and you sort of don't abuse your body and drinking or whatever, on to the next camp. You can be so much better than just going like that. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like thinking you're at your peak and you're never going to be better than that. But if you kept it going through, which like I said, I wish I did, but I've got this second chance now, haven't I? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like now it's time to prove it. Do you know what I mean?
100%. I thought we talked a bit about when we went to Marbella as well the first time. The press conference, that was a good little trip, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was mad. Class.
Did you expect that to be anything like the way it was?
Off its head. I just kept thinking, when they were all on the table and that, I kept thinking Conor McGregor wasn't going to choke me. They were looking a bit stressed and they were fucking about the phone out there. He's not showing up then. He's done all this setup here and the next thing he just bounced in, didn't he? The fucking
present rooms up it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was mint, mate. What an experience. I just went over there looking for a fight. I thought, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to press for a fight. I'm going to take my belt. It's not like me. You know what I mean? I thought walking about with my belt and that. When have I ever done that? But I thought, I just want to go there, make a bit of noise. Maybe get under a couple of people's skin. See some light heavyweight or some middleweight or something from round there and just try and stick it on them.
You just said you'd have fought anyone for any money.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
And that's it. And be careful what you wish for, because that's exactly what happened. They give us the bet. They give us the pound for pound number 1.
You'd have rather that, wouldn't you?
But I loved it. Listen, of course, it was what a buzz. Just thinking about it there, going back, thinking made how it started there, not knowing really if we were going to get on.
You thought you were going to be fighting Felipe Maya, didn't you?
When I went over there not fighting anybody.
Yeah.
I went over there just to support the event.
We were saying, just imagine this,
that's it.
If this happened and that.
Getting on the card.
Then the next thing you're on a fucking world title.
Yeah, like just getting on the card was massive, and then you were on the fucking headline. Posters, the big everywhere we were going, your fucking face was there, man.
What a time to be alive.
Like when you actually sit back and think about it, that's fucking massive, isn't it, man?
Bigger.
Little old me rocking big posters and that in Marbella. I still got to pinch myself, mate. It's madness.
Speaking of pinches, did you never pinch one of them posters?
You know the big posters. You know the ones on the lamppost. James is sending me the full ones, all from Spain, mate.
I was looking at it way up me. I was thinking I was
pocketing stuff all over, little bits of posters. Yeah. That was picking them up from the thing.
Leather ones on
pocketing bits and that. Yeah, I want one of them big ones.
Yeah, wow,
definitely.
Yeah, they were belters them like.
They never hold it back like over there. They went fucking flat out.
Never seen or known out like it. Been to big shows, watched like Joshua Povetkin at Wembley and that. And I've been to massive shows. Never seen that like that.
Not like that.
Nothing put together like that before in my life. It was unbelievable.
All the little restaurants and bars, all had the screens we were on and everything.
Everywhere.
What about the actual event then? Like that is the venue and that, the bull ring, like the whole theme of being in Spain and that.
When I walked in, I swear I felt like a proper celebrity, man. I walked in, there was cameras on me, like what?
Dickie ball.
Did like.
The walking back was like, I was thinking like fucking. No, I was just walking out there with the walk back. I was getting the shadow box. There was cameras everywhere. I was like, I was mad. I'm walking into the big place, all the red carpet and that. It was like, it was fucking mad. Like, it was some dude.
Celebrities and that everywhere.
I says my plan was, I said to my team and to my lass, I said I'm going to go backstage. I'm going to sit. No one's going to see me. I'm going to sit there backstage. I'm going to keep there until they call my name, until it's up for the fight. I couldn't do it because there was out there. It was just a little shitty like box room, hardly, which was big enough for everyone.
Yeah.
But just a plain white room. You felt like when you see films and they put people in like a nut house, and they put them in like a plain white room with nothing there. Yeah. That's what it was like. I didn't want to spend 2 or 3 hours in there. So I just ended up watching all the fights. And
I was surprised to see you sat in the crowd mixing it, and I was thinking like you should be out the way.
I thought that. I didn't know that. Once I got out there, once I got a buzz and started watching the fights and that, seeing everyone, and I couldn't stay backstage.
Well, what was it? What did it look like? Fucking like walking out, because where the stage was, you're literally looking at the full ring, looking at you. I
wish there was a time when I was waiting to go out. Kay was like, come and stand here. I was like, I don't want to stand there. My tune hasn't even started. You know, and there was like a little bit almost frustration, like, leave me alone. Mm-hmm. I just want to left here. When I hear my music, I can come out. Like, I don't need to come and stand on a cross. And during that, and I was at that point, I was looking, and I could just sort of look around the thing and see them all. And I remember thinking, like, I could do that would make a good picture. That just stood there seeing them, because the place was sold out, man, and there wasn't an empty seat in the house, and it was bouncing.
Every single seat living a good one as well. You know, some venues you get.
It's safe from everywhere.
The way it was all tapered and tiered, like you couldn't miss now.
Yeah,
everyone had a good seat.
I never had a fucking sip of drinking. The peeve was out. They were like
all free, weren't it?
Mixers, anything like the whole different bottles of fucking vodkas and all that, and all this food and all that was mint. Like I was watching me while I was eating and watching, obviously no drinking, but even in that the Wayne day, it was like there was tills around. One of them was on 53 grand.
Yeah,
like
there was about 12 tills, wasn't there?
There was tills all the way around. It was just everything for now. Mad.
Yeah. Crazy. And tell you what else was good, like, say, like, I was walking to the restaurant or something to meet you lads on the day of the fight. It was like loads of like fucking English people who were over there. They were like, oh, yeah. I was like, oh, you're over to see? And they were like, oh, we're here to see Danny Christie, and like people flying over from another country to support your fight. And hearing all the English lads there, fucking class.
Yeah, I done well for tickets, and I couldn't thank everyone enough. You know what I mean? Fancy. I never thought I'd do one ticket. Yeah. I never thought no one would come to Spain, not a single soul, pay all that money to come all the way there to see them. Ended up smashing it, man, doing loads of tickets, loads of folk flew out, done a load of sponsors, and met some good folk, didn't we?
Yeah.
Done all right, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. It was funny, like. Mad.
Yeah, have you watched the card back yet? The Spain card?
I've watched it back, but you only see, like, it's like shortened. You know, if you go on the app.
Yeah.
If you go, no, sorry, I didn't go on the app because you can't deke it on the app. I went on the DAZN app.
It's just the prelims, isn't it?
Bought the DAZN app. No, if you buy the DAZN app, you can watch the full card, but it's like, just like you can see everything. But like when I like watching it from the start to the finish, the ring walk, right to the decision. I like watching between the rounds.
Yeah.
You couldn't see none of that.
Get into it,
just
fight after fight.
2-minute clips, you know, like for the rounds, and that was it. But I watched it all, and it was great crack, and I watched a couple of the fights back that I missed. But you know, what an experience. And
who were you impressed with on that card?
One or two people.
Franco Tenaglia.
Always impressed with Franco Tenaglia.
I knew he'd bring it. Like.
Soto and Tony Soto, mate. I knew the lad could fight, but I just didn't think he had that dog in him.
Yeah.
I knew he had dog in him, but there's levels to dog. You know what I mean? And he's a savage, mate. What a fight it was. There was a fella there, I can't remember. It was at some point he sort of headbutted the lad on the break or something. A little blonde-haired lad.
Yeah.
He could have a fight.
Spanish kid.
Yeah. Was he little? Was that your light?
He was in the same gym as Dan Chapman. He fought that kid who's fought on King of the Streets, and he's about your weight. Nico is called. He's got like a bit like the travel of, you know, the wheels and the shorts and all that.
Do you have a shaved head?
No.
Who was on like maybe second
fight, yeah.
Was that him?
He's had like a sharp back and sides.
He's only little.
Yeah.
But he had dyed blonde hair though.
Did he?
He had blonde hair though, I remember. The one I'm thinking of. The lad could fight.
Oh, I know what you're on about.
No, I'm not about the dye blonde. I'm
on about Nico, the travelling shit. Yeah.
Shaved head, he could fight him, mate. He impressed me.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who you're on about now. Batan.
Bad with names, is that his name?
Batan, yeah.
Bad with names, good with faces. Can't remember the lad's name.
But there was some great fights on there. Like, do you think that's like a thing that the UK fighters need to be aiming for, other than just titles, but to get on these big shows?
Yeah, of course they do. I think it would be a toss-up for me if somebody said, you want to fight for a British title or do you want to go and fight just on the undercard in Spain? I would have to scratch my head a bit, like, because maybe just rather be in Spain, maybe rather forget the title. It was that sort of experience for me, you know, like that's how much of a buzz it was.
Yeah.
To be having an international fight in another country and to get looked after the way we got looked after over there from the second our feet hit that country, the way they looked after us, and it would be a difficult one for me to.
It was like the full place. Marbella was everyone was there for that one.
Mm-hmm.
Fast,
it was like the full that full little place was BKFC themed, wasn't it? Like it was weird.
But now that's started, all these lads in the BKFC now that's what they can all aim for, isn't it? You know, if you get 2 or 3 wins, why not?
It shows a massive success, so there's going to be more, isn't it?
That's it.
Their film was saying there's going to be a 160,000.
That's it.
Next year.
My advice to anyone would be, next time they're having a press conference abroad, you're a fighter from the UK, go over there, make some noise and look for a fight. 100%. Make it clear to Dave Feldman that you will fight anyone on that card.
That's what I mean. It's like who's done it.
I thought I was going to be on it.
They need to fill the card. You know what I mean? Get over there and make sure you're one of the ones that they think about when they're writing the card out.
So I mean, as soon as we landed, you were straight up, seeing David Feldman down the marine, didn't you? Straight in his face, shaking his hand. Were you?
And that's what you've got to be. You've got to be bold as brass. You've got to go getting your name out there and being right in people's faces and just be plain as day and just say, I will fight anyone on this card. You know what I mean? Don't forget us when you.
We even said at one point, we said we'd fucking fight each other.
That's what he said. he can put weight on and I'll lose weight and we'll fight each other
if we have to.
as long as we can get on this card. You know what I mean? It'd have been the best fight.
Yeah.
And who are you impressed with now in the UK? Because last time out in Newcastle, BKFC 68, the UK upped the game, didn't they? With that show.
Yeah.
Big time. Carl Thompson for me stands out. I do like Carl Thompson. I love watching Carl Thompson fight. I speak to him every time I see him. He's a lovely lad as well, and I wish him all the very best. Yeah. Big puncher.
Box with
Heart of a lion. Yeah.
Yeah, same. Spend him over. We started spending him over together now.
Yeah.
Many Carl, yeah.
Yeah, he's rough. Good fighter. I like watching him fight. Who else?
Yeah, Luke Beamish and both of them.
Bingo.
Paul Cook and Luke Beamish. And I've had a bit of crack, like you say, I know Paul Cook and I've known him for years, and he proper nice lad, game and hard as fucking nails. But Luke Beamish as well, like we speak a fair bit. And he's the same like us, like he's you know, like he's quit the drink and all that for I think 4 years. He said he'd never had a drink now. Yeah. And fucking just puts everything into it, and he shows it. And when he fights, he's going to die in the ring. Do you know what I mean? Fighters like that, I love to watch. You know what I mean? He was the one. I was sick. My last fight, I wasn't after him. Do you know what I mean? To watch that fight back. Very close fight. That could, you know what I mean? Could win either way.
Yeah.
But like I said, you couldn't. If like I said, it's one of the fights where you couldn't moan with the winner. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hell of a fight.
Yeah.
I'd like to see it again. I'd like to see that fight again.
Yeah, it was
live.
It was a belting fight, absolute cracking fight. That's the one of the few ones that I watched back twice. It was that good. Like the Johnny Graham and Conatini fight. I must have watched that back 3 times.
I went down to watch that one.
Great fight.
I went down. I thought that was a bit closer than what they had on the points.
Yeah, it was a very, very close fight.
But I see, when I look at when you watch it back and see about the clean shots where I come from Conor, do you know what I mean? But see, I like a fighter coming, like watch up a bit more like Johnny Graham style, do you know what I mean? But especially for this BKFC, you want to see, do you know what I mean? Like, but like you said, and Conor Taylor be probably in a big fight. One of him was abroad next.
Yeah. Hopefully he gets a shot at the European title.
He's already been in America, hasn't he? Anyway.
Yeah, he's been to America. He had his debut over there against Jeremiah Riggs.
That's right.
Fucking beauty debut, that one.
Classic debut, mate.
Fucking
see, these I didn't know these were on at the time. Like, I've seen them back, but I didn't even know about BKFC at the time. Do you know what I mean? When they were actually, like you say, with the show with Danny was on, and I'd never heard of it, but I didn't have social media or fuck all, so.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I was probably sat in a fucking house by it, someone's bedroom or something, someone's kitchen.
For me, I've got to shout Luke Nevin out. Because I think he's probably the most underrated fighter on the whole roster.
Yeah, and he's a hell of a fighter, Luke.
He only fights killers, you know what I mean? And his record doesn't reflect how good he is.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I remember speaking to Franco in the saunas when they were doing the weight cut.
Yeah.
Down at.
Yeah, and he
said
it hard.
And I remember Franco saying, he said, you spar with Luke Nevin and that you train with him. And I was training and sparring with him a bit at the time. He said, all the fights I've ever had, he said, I've never been hit as hard in my life as I got hit off Luke Nevin. So
yeah, he's had that with me as well.
There's the props off Franco, you know what I mean? But yeah,
I can remember being surprised when he lost
some rounds with him.
With Cook.
That was a close fight.
Yeah. I was just in the same change rooms where I fought Robbie and he was on the pads and I was thinking, fuck, and he's an animal.
Yeah.
And then obviously I didn't see the fight, but when the third he got beat, I was like, fucking hell. I'm surprised at that because when you watch some of the pads, you think, fuck, and then I thought he was going to take Cook out.
We've helped each other out in a couple of camps and I've had a load of rounds now with Luke and he's a very good fight, like a lot of time for him. Good lad as well.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what's next for Luke.
Yeah, likewise.
But what was your thoughts on the Conor Cook and Matthew Hodgson fight it was meant to be for the title, but obviously Conor missed weight, so it wasn't for the title.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on all that scenario?
First of all, I thought it was a bit strange that he never made weight. I'm not saying he wasn't able to make weight. I'm saying that I thought it was a bit strange. You're going to come all the way from Ireland for a title fight and you're going to sacrifice the potential of holding that title for the sake of £2. And he's made weight before and and we all know he can make weight. So I just thought it was a bit of a strange one. I'm not sure. I don't know the ins and outs.
Was the issue with was there no saunas or something?
I don't know the story.
There wasn't any saunas. There wasn't any saunas.
It was me, like I'd locate one nearby. I'd make the way. Like,
put a track suit on and went for a walk for half an hour or a slow jog for half an hour. You'd have got £2 off. It's not a lot to come off. and he didn't look dry. But anyway, yeah, I thought his performance was class. Just nice, just took it nice and easy, didn't he? He controlled the pace, feeding him that good jab all night.
Do you think that's a weight he should stay at, like heavyweight?
If I was him, I would stay there.
They're too big for him, aren't they, in cruiserweight?
Yeah, some of them cruisers are huge. Some of them cruisers, they're doing big cuts. They're coming on fight night and they're huge. But he certainly knows his way around the ring. Connor, I think he's one of the best boxers, really.
Yeah.
Technical boxers on the roster.
He's won a few national titles, hasn't he?
Yeah, in the UK. Apparently, he was a very good amateur, and you can see that. You can see he's got all that good amateur background, good jab, good feet, good distance, good reads, and just good distance control. And Matty Johnson's as tough and as hard as they come, isn't he? And for him to just keep him on that outside all night long.
I thought Matty was just going to grab hold of him like he did Chaz Wassam and me. I thought that's exactly how the fight was going to go.
So did I, but credit to Connor because he just
Kept
never
him off him,
let him get out of him. But good fight to watch. I think Matty would have fought him all night. Matty's just one of them. You know, as long as he's on his feet, he's still coming at you. And I like Matty a lot. Rough, hard man. And the fight went the way it went. Yeah,
Ben Bonner and Lewis Kane.
Offered.
That was crazy ending, wasn't it?
Crazy knockout, that mad. Mad when you watch it back. Fucking
scary knockout.
Scary, very, very scary.
Yeah, scary knockout. I've got a lot of time for Lewis Kane and a lot of time for Ben Bonner. That was one of them fights where, you like both people and whoever wins, fair play to them, may the best man win. But I was glad he was all right.
Yeah.
To see him later on and he come round, I was glad because it was scary, that, mate. The way he hit the deck and how long he was out for. And on credit to Ben Bonner because he can punch Ben Bonner like.
Credit to Ben Bonner for getting a bit of, talked about a bit now. He wasn't getting talked about enough, Ben.
That's it.
Yeah, 100%.
Getting some recognition and that made some noise and that fair play to him.
Yeah, if before that fight, like I said to him, if he could have rubbed the genie's lamp and said, I want the fight to go this way, Conor McGregor be there ringside and shot me over and celebrate. It went the exact way you wish for it to go, didn't it?
Yeah, just for the full little scene with Conor and all that, and all of them for Ben. Do you know what I mean? If pick anyone on the card, for that happened, it would have been Ben. Do you know what I mean?
It was like I said to Lewis about briefly in a couple of messages and that, and he seemed in good spirits and he took it well, and I'm glad because that's the game, mate.
I've seen he's put a post out saying he's coming back, and
that's the game. Fair play to him because you can't let someone like that.
Can you fuck?
When you sign the contract, mate, you sign up to the potential of that happening to you.
Yeah.
So everybody knows that's the risk you take. So just because it happens to you, mate, doesn't mean you should jack or you walk away. Yeah. Lewis Kane's got all the skills in the world. You know what I mean? All he's got to do is adjust his game a little bit. He'll be back. You know what I mean? I like him a lot. Last time I had a spar with Lewis Keane, and I was in a camp for Jared Warren. My last spar, or my second last spar, I think it was, and he just come in to help out, probably stoned or whatever he was doing, and I couldn't touch him, mate. I couldn't touch him. It was just one of them spars where it was perfect. Yeah. You know what I mean? I kept missing, and I was all over the place, and I couldn't touch him. He's a good fighter, and he'll do well.
Yeah, he will definitely, mate. And that was for a title eliminator. That fight. Who would you like to see Ben Bonner fight for the title at 155?
Yeah, what did I don't know.
Rico Franco or Franco Tenaglia.
I'd like to see him fight Franco Tenaglia.
Yeah, that'd be a fight I'd love to see.
He's just had two first belting round knockouts, mate. Give him a crack at it, or
that would be unbelievable. That
That's it. And when you look at the rankings and that, who else outside of Tony Soto, who else is going to get it?
There's no one really.
They're going to have to go quite far down the rankings, aren't they? Yeah. Just had someone there. He's number one in the UK. Is he not now?
Ben. Yeah.
There you go.
Go on.
If I was making the matches, I'd give him the shot anyway for the world title. Why not?
Fucking hell.
It's right, like you're only a couple of wins away from a world title.
That's it. Anyway, so well, look what happened to me. Look what happened to me, and that's what I would say to anyone that gets chinned or gets beat badly. Get back on the horse, mate, and get back in the ring. You're only a couple of wins away. Look at me. If I'd have walked away when I got chinned off Jared Warren, I'd have never got the fight in my life in Spain.
Yeah, mental, man.
So you've got to get back on the horse and keep going, mate.
And your man, Aggie. Fucking hell, mate. What a fucking fight.
There's that many good fights you forget about him.
It's mad, isn't it? Aggie Faulkner's a savage. An absolute born savage. I'm lucky enough to know him personally and train with him and that and share camps with him. He's on another level, mate.
He looks like he can hit.
His power's crazy, mate. I don't think I've ever known anyone that could hit quite like him. It's just
obviously I knew just through the few rounds I had with David Oscar, he's there to be hit, and he's he's not fussed about getting hit either. I mean, he's not bothered about moving his head too much.
Yeah, take Brink to give one more David Oscar.
Yeah. I mean, I thought
with Aggie's power, though, you don't get that many chances, mate.
Nah, definitely not.
You just don't get that many chances.
It was a fucking brutal fight.
Just to think where he's when he's come in and I think he had a couple of bare knuckle before he even started with the BKFC.
Yeah, I've seen him. I've seen him before he even.
And he's flaked them as well, but he's just getting because he's just started really learning technique and that at his age. He's only just starting to implement bits of footwork and bits of technique and that. The power's there. Punch a hole in the tank. You know what I mean? He's just always working on his positioning and that, and just improving all the time, and it's good to see.
Put some work in, Mike.
Yeah, he has an half, and he does an half on a daily basis.
Yeah, I was just talking about
50 minutes.
Fucking
madness.
Yeah.
Who would you like to see Aggie out with next? He's a European champ now, isn't he?
Yeah, maybe. I would love to see him get one of these big airy Bulgarians or something, or get one of these. You know what I mean? One of these types. Maybe that lad who for Paul fought. Someone of that sort of stamp. Get him away on a good card abroad somewhere.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because the only.
He's waiting about
the only reason, if you go up in the UK, you've only got Mick Terrell,
and he's fighting for
the world title. And to be honest, I don't know if even Aggie would be up for that fight. Aggie's told us personally, you know, he's only just getting started. I know Aggie would fight him, but he recognises there's levels between him and Mick. You know,
he struggled for ages getting a fight in England, though, didn't he, Aggie? There's going to be like one about England.
That's it. And I can't think of anyone outside of Mick who I would put him in with. Because I think he knocks them all out.
Yeah, 100%. Quite a few, mate. There's quite a few heavyweights over in Bulgaria way as well.
Yeah.
There'll be loads. After that show in Spain now, they'll be all going into the prospects, the tryouts, and it'll just get more stacked, won't it?
Yeah. You just got to roll, train your ass off and just roll with it. Just try and get the best fights in that. And if anyone's getting started, I've got no regrets. I don't even think, like someone said to us the other day, would you have just went in straight in the deep end in that if I started it 10 years ago? And of course I would have. You know what I mean? I'm here to fight. I was there to fight the best available opponents. You know what I mean? Never once did I say I don't want to fight him, but I want to fight him. But the only thing I ever said to the promotion, to Dave Feldman and to Bakewell, is I want the best available opponent. No, that's all I ever said. I didn't have the time to mess about. You've just got to go for it, man. Look what's happened, and you just never know what's around the corner. Look at the story between me. How are you supposed to? How can you write that? Boxed each other as amateurs, went like that, come together like that, boxed each other as amateurs, took off. When I was like 20, you never seen him for 21 years or something.
Living similar lives as well.
Crazy fucking lives.
Stories, what he tells me, every single. There's been 3 or 4 been on about today, man. Just and everyone he says, I've got one just fucking more or less identical. It's offered. It's been just fucking for 20 years done that, and then fucking like got back and then fucking.
No, but before that, we've been on the same landing in jail. 2 landings apart in jail. I was on the one landing. I was on the 2.
Same wing.
And it was funny one night. I'd been over to had a couple of fights in the BKFC. I'd come over and stopped at him one night. We're talking about this lad in jail, Scott Topping, a pal of mine. Nutcase, really, a bad man. Talking about, and he said, I know him. And I'm thinking, I know when he got sentenced, and I know when he was in, and I know I was on the wing at the same time as him. And I'm thinking, and I
got my phone up, didn't I?
And for 3 days.
I was on air wing then. He was like, you're on
the same wing for 3 days.
3 days.
2 landings apart. And I've hit this kid in the servery, and it all went off, and all the screws up from running. He said to us one day, I can remember like someone going off in the servery, all these screws running up, and it was gone off, and I was like, it was me. I just hit someone in the servery.
Like, I got onto that wing, so I was stuck on the ones like just stuck down there, you know, like padded up all the time. It wasn't like fucking hadn't had the.
So he's probably talked hours away to right now. We're not clicking.
No, I've never seen it.
He's been going for his dinners and that, and when I've been waiting my turn, do you know what I mean? And so we've just crossed paths. So he's been going. So I mean, he's been going in the yard, and I haven't been going in the yard.
I've never criticised him.
But we were that close. We were that close to, and obviously, if we'd have met then. And would have just clicked straight on then. Whoever was out first would have been waiting for the other one to get out, and then would have just been straight into the madness.
Yeah.
Would have writ off everywhere down my way, and he had been fucking saying, right, you're doing this, and this. And then would have went down his way, and exactly the same would have been me fucking doing whatever.
That's honestly, thank God that we never met then.
And then when we did, it's just like
in the madness, mate.
Like you said, it is mad.
The BKFC would have never happened. That would have never happened. Maybe even would have never even got out of jail.
No,
you know what I mean?
No way. It's just happened for a reason, 1,000,000%. Guaranteed.
Yeah. Look how much like you people know quite a lot of how much you change your life around, but not so much about you, Gary. Like you haven't half like proper turned your life around, haven't you?
Oh, big time, man. Like I said, fucking, I was only just on your word about it earlier on. Like, fucking 4 years ago, 4.5 years ago, I was major bad alcoholic. I was just, you know, there was a couple of days in maybe 6 months when I hadn't never had a drink. Do you know what I mean? I had nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing. Fell out with my family, fell out with everybody. Do you know, like, just had nothing. Living on people's couches and fucking. Like had absolutely no like an old friend over here for years and years. I was doing it. He used to go do a bit of gardening and that. Just being over the moon when he come. Like he come in and I've done a couple of gardens there, and he split a few cans with us and that. That's how much I had absolutely nout. I mean, fuck all. Do you know what I mean? And that was 4.5 years ago. Do you know what I mean? I had absolutely fuck all, and I feel like at the time, like I said, I was suicidal badly at times. You know what I mean? I just had no cunt, and obviously it was me. Like my best pal who sort of like dragged me from where I was. Don't get me wrong, I know there's a few people who helped me out at the time. Do you know what I mean? And I'll never forget them for it. Do you know what I mean? There's a couple of families and that were, you know, like, but I didn't want to overstay. Do you know what I mean? But it was just like, fucking, I had an out, mate. Honestly, I had an out. I was on a major slide, like big time.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not just what you've done in
I was
fight.
only
It's,
fucking.
it's an achievement just getting there in itself.
Yeah.
Like. Yeah, like it's just a big achievement even now. Like even if it all ended now, and just like and that was the end. It's like I've just pulled me like because I feel like I've set that many things up, set that many good bits of things up now, like goals and that up now, and I speak to that many people now where I couldn't get dragged back into that hole now. Where like I was trying to explain to you the other day, wasn't I? It's like as if there's like a. So like there's like bits of things happening here. It's like a bit of a web of things going on where I could never be like I could never be slip back into that hole again because I have that to do, that what will keep me on the like. So even without the fighting, like my life's back up. Me like this fight's got my life back on the straight and narrow in any way. You get what I mean? Where before it was just like I'd burnt bridges left, right, and centre. So there wasn't now going on where there's at times like. My phone was fucked and I wouldn't even get repaired for a couple of weeks, so I had no phone. I wasn't speaking to no cunt, so it was just nothing but drink and drugs. Do you know what I mean? And just fucking, and then being around the wrong people and involving myself with their trouble. Do you know what I mean? And fucking just not giving a fuck. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously I don't give a fuck. Do you know what I mean? Like, but now I do. If you get what I mean. Do you know? But it was just like. But yeah, it's fucking.
I think it's mad to come from like all the mad. What I think was to come from like. Where we've been, whatever, and all that madness and all that other stuff that's just a whole other podcast all on its by itself, you know what I mean? To come from all that and for it to be that bad, but now you're on the other side of it, like not regret one bit of it. I wouldn't change one bit of what I've been through and what I've done and all this. And I mean some bad times, wouldn't change none of them. It's like I've needed all that. I've needed all that stuff to make us the person I am today.
Yeah, I got asked that question on the last podcast, like on the podcast I've done, when he said, "Would you change anything?" And like I said, have you got another hour? Do you know what I mean? There's like a million things that what would have been ideal if it never happened. Do you know what I mean? And you know, like it cost you a world of fucking trouble. Do you know what I mean? But now I'm here, and like if them things ever happen, we're here. It's like everything happens for a reason. You just all like, do you know what I mean? Like every day you sort of like. But the way we pumped back in, and like I said, when I was just talking about there, like when my pal had sort of dragged me from where I was and sort of said, listen, like, you know, like made me go and speak back to my family and that again, said, listen, you know, have a week off the drink. I'm getting a little van together because I used to do a bit of plastering. And we're going to go down the road, and that was coming towards Christmas. Went down the road, we had like fucking about 2.5 weeks down. I sorted Christmas out with my kids and that. And then he paid us into the gym a piece, and we started getting ourselves like a bit fit, and that's when he hit me. But he knew all this. But I was just that oblivious. Didn't fucking look at phones. Didn't like I'd seen this fight and that, but just being that much just oblivious and that. Do you know what I mean? Probably all cockeyed or fucking the drinking or whatever. Not even clicked on that. Like that. Do you know what I mean? He's knew all this, and so like thought like if only that and that. Everything Bipala said has happened. Like he sort of said remember he sat in the foyer bit in his gym. Listen, if you message him here, like, fucking give a message and, like, you know, like, you might be able to get down and get a bit of training. You might be able to get yourself into that. And now I'm like, I'm one of the fucking, I'm in here now fighting the BKFC, and I'm one of the names in fucking, in UK. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you know, like,
when not there before what you've said there about his pal got in touch. Well, when I said to you before, when I was following his career, there was a bit worse. I come across like a bit of a highlight video with a few interviews and a few summits. I can't even remember what it was, but it was about Gary, the video, and I've commented on it. And I said, I fought this lad in the amateurs, whatever it was, 20 years ago. So
yeah, that's how
his pal who's seen that. So his pal knew that it was me out of that gym that had fought him all the years.
Through a comment where he written about me.
And kept it under his hat and never says now to him, and just pulled it out the bag at the right time to him and says, look, get in touch with
So
this
like,
lad.
he'd had all this plan when he joined this gym. He knew all this anyway. So like, get me these few weeks. But like, but I mean like these, sorry. But I mean like, you know, these, these few weeks when fucking, he's knew anyway what he's been doing. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's knew anyways what his plan was, and it's just all come together. But do you know what I mean? Well, look at that.
Told you at the right time.
Yeah,
If he just pulled it when you read what
I was
straight and told
when I
you.
was planning to drive, and I've only just recently had my license back for fucking 6 months or 7 months or something. Like, up and down for the sparring view, we're coming twice a week, and then once for that Newcastle thing, and like all the driving, fuck me, it's fucking be £100 diesel there back. Do you know what I mean? We was going 2-3 hours a week. We never took a nut. Just
just wanted your money.
all trying to get big thingy.
Yeah.
Mint, man.
We got there in the end. And like I say, the way it come about, we were just bits of sparring, bits of photos going up. And I was speaking to Bakewell, and I was like, I'm just doing a bit of sparring with Gary Fox. I remember him saying, I knew the name. And I was like, I do, but, you know, and that was it. Not much came about of it. And then I think they got in touch with, didn't they get in touch with you? Didn't Bakewell get in touch with you through me or something, or whatever it was? Yeah. And that was it.
Yeah, that was it.
That was it, mate.
Yeah, it was mad. I was just fucking. And when you think, right, that'll have been that. What was it even fucking 2 years ago? Yes, or was it just nearly?
Yeah, it's over 2 years.
I know it's only just gone 2 years, something on it.
For you?
For me, yeah.
Oh right.
Yeah, I'm all about obviously. Like, so I mean, like, so from that there, like, it's mad. I can't believe, like, honestly, I can't believe how my life's changed. You know what I mean? So it's pulled me fucking, like,
of course.
Where now, like, do you know, like, fucking.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
nice to go from being a proper losing bum, because that's what I felt like I was.
I was, man.
I felt like I was.
But I didn't give a fuck. Yeah. Like, so like, it's like, there's probably only the pal who could probably say, you know what we like, and I always like, you've got to listen. But it's like, if it was anybody else trying to put, I wouldn't listen. I'd be like, oh fuck, like, why are you bothered? Like, do you know what I mean? It's like what I do. Like, I'll just do what I didn't realise I was hurting people around me and that. Do you know what I mean? It's fucking, you know, I didn't realise the problem was me. Do you know what I mean? The problem's always everybody else to me. Do you know what I mean? But like, I'm just being this big problem. Do you know what I mean? Fucking, I remember the times when I used to be like, I'd be out on records that, and one of my brothers would be like, oh, like, fucking, like, I leave the front door open on me, just get on my couch, and something like, you know, like, they used to call me Uncle Night, like, his kids and that, oh, Uncle Nightmare, that was my fucking nickname. Like, but they'd come down for school in the morning, I'd be laid there with a bottle, like, with a fucking blanket on me, like, that was bottles of whiskey and that, like, down, just, do you know what I mean? Like, oh, just creeping around the house, not waking me up to leave me, let more sleep, because I was just back out again. Do you know what I mean? I'd just have little pit stops wherever, just causing all this havoc anywhere I went, do you know what I mean?
Fucking mental, mate. Absolutely mental. But look at you now, mate. It's going to be the biggest fight of your life. Next, mate.
Yeah, big fight coming up. Like, potential fucking, like I said, fucking massive.
When it all gets unveiled in that next fight, and what's going to be happening on the intro, and who it is, and when it is, and what it's for, and that. But I think it's going to fucking be the biggest fight the BKFC's ever seen. So I think it's going to have the most noise behind it.
I do.
Yeah, fucking right. It's life-changing fight, isn't it?
Yeah, of course.
Big time.
Of course. I'm made up for you guys.
Yeah, it's a fucking...
Obviously, we can't really talk about the opponent now, but we know who the opponent is.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts like on him?
Yeah, I think he it shows what he's done. You know what I mean? He's a machine. But like, I think I'm a machine. I feel like this is the fight where people are gonna see what I'm all about. I haven't had the fight yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe, like I haven't had the fight at all. Like when you look at my first fight with Nate Hind, I mean, I just. When Andy Bakewell said, oh, what weight are you? Like, wait, like, a few months before the fight, oh, she's like 11.5 stone. He's like, oh, so to match up with 11.5 stone. I was like, yeah. So I mean, where I could have made fucking 10.5 stone, really. Mm-hmm. Where, like, I just, like, so I had my breakfast the morning of the weigh-in. But, like, it was like, the fight day, got in the ring, he's a fucking giant. Do you know what I mean? He put a stone and a half or something on it. It was just, but like, and the shots.
He walked out, wasn't he?
See the lumps all on my head and that, and the noise. You know when you get hit with the cricket batsman in the back of the head, the noises that way, like, you feel echo. I can remember hearing them echoing. Like, it hit me with everything. But it's just like, I was told before that, like, BKFC, you've got to go forward and fight. You cannot avoid a fight where he saw him. done his homework on me and kept me at range, and it was like sort of like not wanting to get involved with the fight. So I was thinking. In my head, I was thinking, well, I win if I'm pressing a fight going forward here. No much, fuck the fucking blood now. I was thinking, like, I'm going to win this fight because this is what the big FC want. They want like violence. They don't want like if you stand away fighting. Do you know what I mean? That's what I was like. So I was like, just fucking waiting in, just thinking, right, this is what they want. Do you get what I mean? Where it didn't go my way, and I thought to myself, right, I still loved it.
You learn a lot on your first one, though, don't you? You know,
I thought to myself, like. I'd done it, but I'd sort of seen the setup and seen that was a big thing. It wasn't just like, what it was there to be took serious. Do you know what I mean? So I thought, right, I'm going to take it serious. I have a phone call in touch with Bakewell. I said, right, listen, I'm going to make featherweight. I'm going to do it properly. I'm going to go and make weight but obviously, I thought this is the direction I want to go because I loved everything about it, like the show and the fact that I got beat. I wasn't about getting beat. It was the fact that. For months I lived clean and I looked after myself and I loved my life. Do you know what I mean? And I was getting myself back. That was the start of me getting back on track, and that's what I missed from when I was fighting. And I had about 6 or 7 years out, and then obviously it's led up there to where I'm at now. Do you know what I mean? I think I overdid it for the last, not my last fight, the one before. I'd done far too much, and my weight I couldn't get under my weight. Is that my fault? I've not put it on foot. Sure, that. I overdone it big time. That was a good too many mistakes in that. I was took it far too serious. And I was training like 3 times a day. I was doing like 90-minute strength and conditioning sessions and all and basically it's a fight where I know how to fight. I've been able to fight for fucking. Like for as long as I can remember, do you know what I mean? Climb off the couch and have a fight. As long as I'm healthy and my weight's right and I'm fit, obviously I know how to fight. You don't need all what I was doing. Do you know what I mean? I've done much less and feeling much better. Give my body the rest it needs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
I think I've got it just now, and I've. I felt amazing. Like for me, I could have fought last camp there. That's how it is. Anyone.
I felt like I think I've had that crack with you before. Yeah. It took me until even I felt good. Anthony Holmes was unbelievable when I chinned him, and I thought that was probably the highlight of my career. To be fair, but I still feel like I never got the full feel of it until like the David Round fight.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. That's 5 fights in.
Yeah.
That's how long it took me to fully grasp. Like. Yeah. You know what I mean? And what it was all about. Where to be, where not to be. You know what I mean? All your positioning and all your turning the knuckle hour and just all the little things,
bits,
the tiny bits, what they all come together, and they didn't seem to come together for me until fight 5.
Yeah.
I think with me coming from like the pros as well, and there's a lot more game, like a lot more way, you can afford to skive around and, you win a couple rounds in and give it, like put more pressure on the back end of the fight and stuff. And, like where I'd like treat it a bit too much like a boxing where it's not, so it's just started to click. Where now it's like now like with that fight, like the not the last one, the one before, where I was just sort of like trying to win with I was feeling him landing. I was just punching with him, just to know he's in range. So I was like, I couldn't fuck. I was always a big blur. I couldn't see fuck all. So I tend to be chin together, moving forward. As soon as I felt him land, I was just going. Where it's not an ideal way to fucking to it's sort of like saying what I was doing there is letting him hit me first. Really, it's already worked. Where it's not the ideal way in a knuckle fight. What I maybe should have been doing is using the clinch more and stuff. So roughing them up like I would on a street fight. I'd grab the cunt. You know what I mean? Like you only get warned a couple of times. You know what I mean? It's like so fuck grabbing. As long as you're firing where I was just trying to just use my hands like I would in a boxing fight. Where it's like it's. I still hadn't grasped it then. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Where now, if I was in a position, which I probably will be again, where I cannot see much, but I now I'll approach it differently. I won't try and just think right because that didn't work. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I feel like I've got it now, and like I say, I'm 5 fights deep now, and I'm feeling good. So
yeah,
it all goes well and gets with this next fight, how it should go.
That's it.
Me being the winner, and then I'm in a good position. And do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely, mate.
Absolutely. You get into the position you're in now, you're 1 fight away from being on the world stage.
Yeah, definitely.
That's simple.
See, the magnitude of this fight could could potentially be, and win that fight, and I'm right up there.
If you bit the crack in the background, and that obviously we can't say out on that, but like when if what we're planning and what comes together actually comes together, everybody's just going to be like, wow.
Yeah, it's going to be major.
You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, so it makes me almost think like when I think everything happens for a reason. Like this last title fight, it wasn't to be. That wasn't my time. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you know, it's like, it's just one of the. I got more credit. I got more credit from that fight there than fights I've won. Do you know what I mean? Really. Do you know the way Feldman was going on about me saying that he'd have me on 10 fights, I could lose 10 fights in a row, he'd have me on, like, you know, like I showed their part of like how much I'll never give up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, like when you can't see much and my full game plan went out the window to how I don't fight like that. Do you know what I mean? I was having to admit, that's not the way I fight. Really, I like, you know what I mean? I couldn't do what I like to do.
Yeah.
So it was one of them things, but I didn't. My stock rose. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. And I know you've announced your retirement now, Danny, but is there a fight that could tempt you back?
At the minute, no. At the minute, no. I can't think I see anyone, and that doesn't mean I'm not saying I would beat them all.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that at all. I know I wouldn't, but I don't look at any of them and think I really want to fight that lad.
Yeah,
you know, I really want to fight that lad. You know, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it'll take either. I don't know if it'll take somebody making a load of noise. I don't know if ittle take somebody beating another fighter that I like. I don't know.
Might take like maybe it's me give him a text one day saying he's standing in my head. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
something like that. It's really grinding on me. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you, the business side of it, that it is what it is. That's what it'll always be. I'm so glad I made a pound or two, but for me to return, I think it would have to be personal.
Yeah,
it would have to be personal. So you know, if anyone wants it.
You're always going to be a big fight for anybody. So somebody could make a bit of a name for themselves in the next 12 months or whatever, and maybe mention your name.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? No one's going to get it. Yeah. Like, and that wouldn't take much like pissing you off, would it? Do you know what I mean?
Not really me being me, but listen, I've got no chew or no beef with anyone, and you know something. I wish everyone the best. I wish everyone the best. There's a couple of fighters there that I don't support. They'll go unnamed. But apart from that, you know, I wish everyone the best, man. I want everyone to do well. It's all there for everybody just to go out and kill it. Make a fortune, make a name for yourself. You can become like nearly a celebrity, mate. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's there for everyone, and I want everyone to do better than me because you've got the platform to do it.
Yeah.
To go out there and fuck.
It's like the position I was saying earlier, the position you're in now. You're in a position where, like you're retired, but like they'd have you back in a heartbeat. They'd have you back where, like, you know, there's plenty of fighters who finish and they have to beg to be back, do you know what I mean? But they wouldn't get a chance. There's too many fighters there now, do you know what I mean? Because the roster's just getting bigger and bigger, and it's like you're in a position where you've proved what you are, and at any point if you wanted to come back, you'd have your back like that. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just like, and you'd be straight into a big fight. So but you're happy. Do you know what I mean?
We just watch them from the outside, from the outsides for now. But you know, in a year's time, the promotion will
to be in a finish where you finish, like a position where you're finished, but you know at any point they'd have your back.
Yeah,
it's a position what most fighters won't be in. You know what I mean?
I'll just keep my eye on the game for now. See what happens.
Like you said though, you're retired from BKFC, so obviously if a great opportunity come up gloved and that, you're gonna do little bits and bobs probably.
Maybe. Or listen, if Misfits Boxing's watching and they want me to fight anyone at all, I'll jump on something like that, a gloved fight. You know what I mean? For a few quid, something like that. Anyone. I must admit, I immediately got interested the other day when John Ferguson was fighting David Round for him.
Go take a gum shake case on the out.
You go along with the gum shake for a bit of crack, you know what I mean? The gloves on and that, you're not going to get split up on as much. I thought maybe, you know what I mean? But I think it's just, I'll probably always have that love and that passion for fighting. I just love any kind of fight, watching it, being part of it. And that's what I want to keep my hand in the game. I want to be part of my little pal from Carlisle who'll go unnamed at the minute. He's got his debut in the BKFC in the new year. I want to be part of his team and I want to try and push him further along. And, you know, I know the job works. I know what they should be getting paid, what sort of opponents they should be getting, and this type of stuff. So I want to look out for these lads and try and help them as best I can.
Yeah, and a question I want to ask you both before we wrap it up. Do you actually do call it a day? Leave your gloves in the ring, or however you want to fully call it a day. How do you want to be remembered as a fighter?
Oh, for me, I'm already remembered exactly how I want to be remembered. You know, by the people who love us and my kids and family and friends, first and foremost. But then to have all the feedback that I've had off all these Americans all over the pond, and you know, to have like legends messages off people like Conor McGregor,
yeah.
from like Conor McGregor sending me messages, wishing us well, calling us a warrior, saying he can't wait to see his back, the doors open, and all this stuff, and have these people in my inbox. And that other day we had
bare knuckle legend. They said when you're on your
bare knuckle legend, mate. There you got like to have somebody that says something like that about me, mate.
Bare knuckle lunatic.
Yeah. What about thing the other day? Chris Lytle, I've always liked him, and for him to give me and Gaz a shout, who's your favourite fight for me? I'm got to mention, and me and him got to mention stuff like that'll do.
Things like that where you think about how we what's happened with us, and then like out of all the full UK fighters, off his own back, he's just come up with me and him. You know what I mean? It's mad to think like out of all the fighters he could have chose me and him.
And I'm not daft enough to think that me and him's the more skillful or the best fighters or not. They're not. But people do like to watch us, mate. You know what I mean? It's as simple as that. Whether it's the backstory or it's the heart or it's the way we fight, whatever. But we pull a crowd, mate, and I'm pleased. Why? How can I not be pleased with what I've done? And for me now, it's just all about Foxy and Faulkner. I just want to be team Foxy and team Faulkner and just help out any way I can. Obviously, get behind a few of the lads from Carlisle because I know there's some kids in Carlisle that would do really well in the BKFC. It's a matter of getting them in there and seeing what they can do.
And all the other lads, because you'll have like loads of young lads, boxers, Muay Thai or MMA lads, whatever, watching your pages and thinking about coming over to BKFC. If you could give them some words of advice, what would it be?
Well, just the main thing is just keep like. Don't try not to go down the road we went. You know what I mean? Because if the end result of sorting our lives out of doing this is the answer. Just stick to what you. This is the way forward. Just stick to it all the way. Do you know what I mean? Don't fall off the wagon. But like you said, we've both been on about ourselves, on about opening a gym. Do you know what I mean? I've been looking at a couple of places. Wouldn't mind doing some amateurs, with kids, myself and that, and Danny has, and like I said, that sorted me out where they have some sessions where try and get some lads into the BKFC. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think we'd be good men for it.
One way or the other, I just need to keep my hand in the game. I love the promotion, I love the sport itself, and I just want to keep my hand in it. I fell in love with it. You know what I mean? That's the truth. I fell in love with it. There's even the staff, all the staff. Everyone, there couldn't be any nicer, man. It's like turned into almost like a little family. So
that's it.
It's cushy, and I just want to be part of it for as long as I can be.
And before we wrap it up, is there any shout outs, anything like that you want to give a big up to?
God. Praise God at every given opportunity, every chance that you get, say thank you for what is.
Fox?
Yeah, same.